Okay, let's get right back to business and head across the Pacific to where it's tomorrow and say hello to Ben Fulford, who is with us tonight to spend a little holiday season time with us and look ahead to the next decade, the year 2010, the decade from hell just coming to a close now. Ben, are you there?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Say it in Japanese.
Christmas Eve here now.
Say it in Japanese.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, gee. Very good.
They just pronounce it different.
No, it was close. That was good. Very good. So it is Christmas Eve there. We can all look forward to the assurance that there will be a Christmas Eve tomorrow night. The world will not end. And what does Tokyo look like on Christmas Eve?
Well, it's quite. They're very good with the Christmas decorations, but Christmas is quite different here. I mean, for example, one of the things that sells a lot are kinky Santa outfits. For lovers. For
men or women?
For women. And it's considered the date of the year, Christmas Eve.
Really?
So the guys take their girlfriends out to the best restaurant, and they have to buy them something expensive.
Mm-hmm. Then they get to open the package,
Christmas Day is a regular working day here. Maybe the fathers buy their kids a little toy.
Mm-hmm.
But, essentially, though, Christmas is a form of New Year's celebration. I mean, what I've been hearing from the Vatican is that Christ was actually born in March, but they celebrate it December 25th because of the old sun-worshipping religion, where, the shortest day is December 21st, and then for 3 days the sun seems to set in the same place, and then finally it moves south again, and that's the beginning of the new solar year. So they just moved his birthday to that so that they could co-opt the sun worshippers. And what that means is in Japan, of course, the New Year's, they have a very similar thing. All the family gets together. They have very special food, and all the stores shut down. So it's quite similar, I think, in ancient origin. There's just a slight difference in the dates.
But not a lot of, how many, all right, well, let me rephrase this. How big is the Christian community in Japan?
Probably less than 3% of the population.
Mm-hmm. But they really get into it on a different basis. But do they have
Santa?
They
get into all the Christmas trees and the decorations and the lights and the singing carols. And
they like that, okay.
The kind of the fun part, minus the religion, sort of.
Got it. Well, that's fine. Very good. Goodwill toward men, and God bless us, everyone. And so they sing carols. Yeah,
and, the Japanese are very good. They like good ceremonies. So they'll have a Christian-style wedding ceremony, but they prefer a Buddhist-style funeral because they just got nicer ceremonies. And the birth is usually some kind of Shinto thing because, again, they got the best ceremony. So, they're very pragmatic.
Well,
it's amazing. I mean, there's quite a peculiar how the belief system here, because they most of them say they don't believe in God, but most of them also believe in ghosts.
Very much so.
They kind of accept everything. They accept Buddhism, and they accept Islam, they accept Christianity, and they accept atheism. They just kind of absorb everything. That's my general impression.
So it's a pretty good culture. You're happy there.
They're very tolerant and very, friendly. And on a totally different subject, I just went to the Philippines and met a high-powered Japanese government delegation that was there.
Did you find Yamashita's gold?
Well, no. I mean, I wasn't taken to see any gold. I was taken to a lake, the second biggest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia, and there was a ceremony with shamans, Maori and Australian and Filipino and Japanese shamans, and there was a ceremony on December 21st to mark a campaign to clean the lake, and the Japanese government delegation was there, and hopefully there'll be major financing for a campaign to clean the planet, and that the lake is just a symbolic first step. So what I learned from this trip is that the real gold is not some yellow metal. The gold is to be found in people's hearts.
Oh, isn't that
it's in
the
good
truth?
intentions. So there was a group of high-level Federal Reserve Board agents trying to get the gold and ship it to China, and somehow think they can save the day and keep themselves in power that way. But they fail to realize that it's not yellow metal; it's what you're doing. No matter how much yellow metal you have, if you're still going around killing people and robbing their stuff and destroying the planet, then people aren't going to follow you, and you're not going to get control of the financial system. So they have such mixed-up values. And the other thing I found out is that, their number 2 in the Japanese government was there. And I asked him about this sort of stuff, and basically he told me, look, there's this unelected guy who's got no official title, whose name is Shinji Kawasaka. He works for some outfit called, some kind of long-named foundation. And this guy has the right to print, trillions of yen or dollars. He's not elected, and he's like the real power. And so what on earth are we doing having someone like that secretly in charge? And this is the same problem all over the world.
Well, he's the Ben Bernanke of Japan.
But now we're getting right to these people now. They're running out of people to hide. My sources are telling me the Japanese emperor was in Washington a couple of weeks ago trying to sign some $100 billion checks. And those checks were frozen because we found out that there was a secret treaty at the end of World War II that put the Japanese emperor under the supervision or the leadership of the Rockefeller family. So the check that this emperor was signing was not going to go to the Japanese people or the people of the planet. It was going to go to George Soros and, Al Gore and those guys to finance that stupid fraud on Copenhagen, this global warming.
Has that exposition made it to the Japanese mainstream media, this gigantic scientific ripoff, this lie, this Herculean effort to deceive the world? Has that
Well, there's a major battle underway here between the forces who have controlled the media here and the people who are changing things. And right now, but the media is starting to turn around. We're starting to see reports of stuff that was previously taboo, but it's an ongoing battle. At the end of the day, it comes down to gangsters with guns, I'm afraid to say. It's all the sweet talk in the world won't help if you're going to get killed. And so right now, the most of the gangsters and the sort of right-wing extremists are actually against the feds now. And so that means that ultimately the media will start reporting the truth here. It's happening. I mean, they resisted all sorts of U.S. pressure about the bases in Okinawa, and they're basically saying, get out, go away, we don't want you here.
Well, that story is something that Americans don't understand. There's a big American military base there, and it is apparently right in a large city now. The city kind of grew up around it.
It's like having, Manhattan as a giant military base in the middle of New York.
I see. Yeah, okay. Well, and the Japanese have apparently some kind of an agreement that they gave a long time ago that they would move the base. Yeah, it's a very
humiliating sort of colonial agreement. It's totally unfair.
Should be thrown out the window. The Americans,
agreement. And